Once again, I appreciate every one of us in the house, great parents of great children. It's a wonderful, wonderful time to be in the house, to be a blessing to all of us. And when we are talking about parenting, I used to tell people that parenting starts with you building the nest. When the nest is not all right, nobody, no bed inside of it, whether the chick or the chicken will be all right. Okay, let's go. I will be talking about healthy marriage, healthy family, the impact on parenting. Healthy marriage, healthy family, the impact on parenting. Shall we bow down our head for prayers? Father, in the name of Jesus, we pray that your hand will be upon every one of us in this meeting. I pray for every parent that the mercy of the Lord will cover you, the peace of the Lord will be upon you, the joy of the Lord will be upon your family, and it shall be well with your children. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Healthy marriage is the foundation of healthy family, and healthy family is the foundation of healthy parenting. If you want to raise godly children, you must first build what I call kingdom family. When you didn't build kingdom family, you won't be able to build you won't be able to raise godly children. So let's start with healthy marriage. Healthy marriage is a marriage characterized by a strong, loving relationship and positive partnership. If a marriage will be healthy, you are going to have strong relationship, loving relationship, and positive partnership. Without a strong, loving relationship and positive partnership, you can have a strong marriage. So, a healthy marriage is a marriage founded on strong, loving relationship and positive partnership between couples, between spouses, where both individuals feel respected, they feel valued. Please notice, both of them feel respected, both of them feel valued and supported. You feel respected, you feel valued, you feel supported, and the environment is created for deep intimacy. Environment is created for deep intimacy, romance, and harmonious union. Let me take it again. Both individuals, they feel respected, they feel valued, they feel supported for deep intimacy, romance, and harmonious union. That is what is called healthy marriage. Healthy marriage is beyond we are living together, we are raising children together. The environment must be created for deep intimacy. Environment must be created for romance, for harmonious union, where everybody will feel respected, will feel valued, and feel supported. So that RVS must be there, respected, valued, and supported. When you have things like this, then you are building a marriage. Any other thing is what we call a damage. So if you really want to build a good relationship between yourself and your children, it starts by you creating relationship between yourself and your spouse. It is the relationship you created between yourself and your spouse that will grow to build a relationship between yourself and your children. I want us to lay this foundation so that everybody will know that you can't raise that kind of child, the total child you are looking for, without raising total home. Total home is the place where a total child can be raised. I want every one of us to always remember this. And if you just, then those of you that normally say, oh, it's only me. I mean, it's me and my children. I mean, it's just about my children. I've forgotten about my husband. My husband is not cooperating. My wife is not cooperating. It's me and my children. There's no way you can explain it. Those children will be affected. Those children will be afflicted. So what you supposed to do? Get research to make your marriage work by all means. Be ready to make your marriage work by all means. So let me show you some statistics of how healthy marriage and parenting work. Number one, emotional and behavioral outcomes. Emotional children from, I will be showing you some statistics, then we are going to be talking about them. I'm laying this foundation for you, then I will round it up by just telling you how to build a strong marriage, healthy marriage. Healthy marriage. So my focus is to tell you what bad marriage, wrong marriage will do to your children. Then we will now tell you how to build good marriage. Brethren, let me say this one to us. I've been in this work since 1999. I've seen many. I remember there was a time Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Nigeria, they sent a couple to our office for what I call marriage clinic. They discovered that their 14-year-old child is hooked on drug. So they took the boy, they rehabilitated the boy for a long time. So when it was time to release the boy back to the parent, the boy refused. The boys will love to stay in the rehabilitation center because according to the boy, the rehabilitation center is better than his home. That is when the NDLA now began to investigate the family, and they discovered that if they return that boy back into that family without doing something, working on the family, that child will go back to drug. So they have to send them to our office, to our clinic. Something we call marriage clinic. If your marriage is unhealthy, if your marriage is hurting you, you need help. Stop pushing it. A lot of our mothers all our attention upon the children. You would think the children are fine. They are not. In fact, I used to tell people that please don't allow your children to be around drugs. Don't allow your children to be around alcohol. Don't allow your children to be around drugs. How can you not give them the right to choose? Very simple. Choose your wife, choose your husband, choose to love, choose to support, choose to defend. Create harmonious relationship that will not make your children to think of who is better, who should we love the most. Number one thing is emotional and behavioral outcome. Children from low homes are more likely to exhibit behavioral problems compared to those of low conflict or healthy marriage. Children from high conflict home, we are likely going to have problem with them. One study found out children exposed to marital conflict are at risk for developing emotional and behavioral issues. This was released in 2022, 2002. They are at risk. Number two, according to, let me give you psychological association, children who grow up in supportive and low conflict family environment tend to have better emotional regulation and fewer behavioral problems. So when you are working on your marriage, you are actually parenting your children. It's as serious as that. When you hug your wife, please look at the face of your children. If you hug your husband, look at the face of your wife. I mean of your children. Anytime you are hugging each other, look at their faces. If you are playing together, or daddy and mommy are playing, they will be very happy. They will be at rest. They will be at peace. But if it is the other way around, you will see that they will be creating problems. They will be crying. They will be weeping. They will be in trouble, and they will be causing trouble in school. Number two, academic performance. Research indicate that children from stable two-parent home generally perform better academically. They generally perform better. They prove it with a study by McLennan and Sadevon in 1999. to 4, so that children attainment and were less likely to drop out of school compared to people that are coming from single parent home. Please, we are not abusing single parents. We are not shouting about you. We are not fighting you. We are not judging you. But we are saying a child is better in the hand of two people, the husband, the wife, the daddy, and the mommy. Now, let me tell you one secret. A child will get firmness from dad and get fairness from mom. So firmness and fairness make a child. Fairness and firmness. In a place where only the mommy is raising the child, you will have fairness and fairness. There's no firmness. In a place where it is only daddy that's raising the child, you will see firmness and firmness. You can raise a rebel in the process. So it is very important. The third one is mental health. A report from National Institute of Health suggests that children in family with high marital quality are less likely to experience depression. Can you imagine that? They have better emotional life. Number 4, parenting practices. Studies have found that parents in healthy marriages are more likely to be consistent and effective in their parenting. If your marriage is not healthy, you are going to be focusing each other, fight each other, instead of cooperating to raise your children. All your imagination, all your machination will be to outwit each other, to destroy each other, to hurt each other. You won't pray together, you won't stand together, you won't speak together. So the life and the future of the children you can easily set apart. According to the report by Institute of Family Studies, parents in high quality marriages are more likely to engage in positive parenting practices, such as providing emotional support, setting appropriate boundaries, and maintaining a warm and nurturing environment. You need your marriage. You need your marriage. If you love your children, then I wrote a book several years ago. I call it Fight for That Marriage. His daddy listened to me, his mommy listened to me, his wife listened to me, his husband listened to me. I kept on thanking God. My dad and mommy, they stood together for more than 51 years before Papa went to be with the Lord. And it shows in my life, it shows the way we reason, the way we do things. I was in a program recently. I was administering that program. Then I was now talking about the effect of divorce on children. So a woman raised up her hand, 62. Her hand, she would like to say something. So they gave her a microphone and she spoke at the age of 62. She told us effect of bad marriage and eventually led to divorce of her parents on her life. The divorce happened in when she was 12. As she was talking at 62, she burst into tears. She was still crying. She was still crying. That was how many years ago? She was still crying. How she said, she said, I saw them fighting, beating each other with my baby eyes. But when it got to a 12, it got to a peak and they separated. They separated. The father remarried. She was with the dad. Then the father brought a woman home, the new wife. They called that one stepmother, who kept stepping on the destiny of the child. When we say somebody is a stepchild, what will she do? What will he do? A stepfather, a stepmother, he has the right to step on the future of your children, to step on the plan of your children, to step on the destiny of your children, to step on the academy of your children. Nobody can love your children like yourself. Fight for that marriage. Please fight for that marriage. I beg you, do everything to fight for it. Do everything to defend your marriage. Another one is parental involvement. Data from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services indicate that fathers in healthy marriages are more involved in the life of their children. When there is healthy marriages, father will be more involved. Increased father involvement have been linked to better cognitive and social development in children. Listen to this. Listen to this. A father is the hero of his sons, is the first hero of his sons. A father is the first lover of his daughters. First hero. You can be that. The role of a father is to be the hero. Even little children, you'll be hearing that Nigerian English, you'll be hearing, I will tell my daddy for you. I will tell my daddy for you. They will never say, I will tell my mommy for you. They're talking about their hero. They're talking about their hero. But for their mom, but for the daughter, the daughter see. That's why when you see a baby girl, at times you will see her being close to the dad more than mom. At times they will be beating the mom that mom should go away. They will hug their daddy. In my own house, I see have it. Our little, our daughter, you now a teenager now. She's still behaving that way. A teenager. She want to monopolize my daddy. My daddy. Is it the daddy that you never saw, that the one that disappeared? Is it the daddy that caused trouble every day, commander in chief of family forces, lion of the tribe of the family? Is it the one that every time they come back together, they fight and gnash their teeth? If you love your children, build your marriage. If you love your children, build your marriage. Number 6, conflict resolution skill. Children who witness any conflict resolution between their parents, they are equipped to handle conflict better in their own union in future. They are better compared to couples and children who witness that their mom is slapping each other, shouting on each other. That does not mean you won't disagree. They saw that you disagree. They saw that you resolve. That's healthy. A study published in the Journal of Family Psychology find out that children who observe constructive conflict management between parents develop better social skills and are healthier peer in relationship. So in overall well-being, the Child Trend Data Bank report that children living with married parents generally fare better across multiple dimensions of well-being, including physical health, emotional health, social competence, compared to children, even spiritual life, compared to children in non-marital or high conflict family structure. Come on, let me take that number 7 again. I want you to look at it very well. The Child Trend Data Bank report that children living with married parents generally fare better across multiple dimensions, across multiple measurements, across multiple segments of life, including their spiritual life, their physical life, their emotional life, their social life, their psychological life, their academic life. Anyhow, they feel better. That is why I want to repeat again. Please fight for your marriage. Give your marriage another shot of peace. Go ahead and make it work. Don't declare war. Don't say I will fight it out. Whether you stay and keep on fighting, or you divorce, your children will be the loser. Either you stay in a marriage and fight day and night, or you divorce, your children will be the loser. So what are you supposed to do? Make it work. Build healthy marriage. Let me quickly tell you how to build healthy marriage. Then I will attend to some questions. I know you have a lot of questions in your heart. Number 1 way to fight to build healthy marriage, to lay solid foundation. I know some singles will be watching this. Before you go into that marriage, lay solid foundation. Many of you, you have what we call dance instructors. When you are preparing for wedding, you have event planner. You have event planner. You have makeup artists. You have makeup artists. You have MC. You have event decorator. At times you have about 13 people you gather together. What do they call their names now? You have all of them. I used to ask them, you are holding meeting with people that will be helping you with your wedding planning and everything, the wedding planner, the event planner, the decorator, the cake baker, but where is the marriage counselor? Where is your marriage counselor? Many of you will pay for 3, 4, 5 million for hall, for reception, for a day event. Or tell them to come and pay 20,000 for premarital training. They won't. You are planning for a day event and you are neglecting everlasting event. An average marriage will last for 50 years plus or minus. You didn't plan for that. Then you woke up the second day after the wedding, you discover that you know nothing about wifehood or husbandhood. Lay solid foundation. The Bible says if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The righteous can do nothing. Even God will be helpless in your life if you have built a very bad foundation. So before you marry, get it right in choice making and in preparing. Marriage is 4 dimensions. Dimension number 1, choice making. Dimension number 2, preparing for marriage. Dimension number 3, relationship. Dimension number 4, management. Choice making is 25%. Preparation is 25%. So you can score 50% before you go into that marriage. You are so ready in character, in attitude, in a manner, in understanding, in skill, in everything. 50% because you chose well and you prepare very, very well. We discovered that if you want to have a great marriage, you must have read about 20 books. Experts say it. You must have read about 20 books before you step in, before you say, yes, I do. As some experts said it recently, you must have the right questions. The right questions. We also discovered that there are more than 1,200 questions. I wrote a book about it. 1,200 questions you must answer, you must ask before you say, yes, I do. And those of us that are married, you must lay good foundation for mindset. Work on things that will change your mindset. Work on things that will increase your knowledge. Then work on your selflessness. Become selfless. Then work on your lifestyle. That's foundation. If your foundation, if your mindset is wrong, your knowledge is wrong, you have wrong knowledge or zero knowledge, or you are selfish, or you have bad lifestyle, there's no way you have a glorious marriage. Number 2, develop effective communication system. Effective communication system. The one we call active listening. Active listening, effective talking. It will lead to open dialogue. Your communication must be very, very effective. Before it can be effective, it must be, number 1, it must be honest. You must be honest. It must be honest. Number 2, it must be open. Number 3, it must be deep. It must be very deep. Number 4, there must be update. That's what we call if. Number 3, spend quality time together. This is where those of us living in cities should be very careful. Many people are too busy to be a super husband or super wives. So create a time for regular date night and to have shared activities. We are too distant for each other to be in love. We are too distant for each other. We may be too distant for each other to still be husband and wife, but to be lovers, you must be close. There must be activities that will build your marriage, that will make your marriage better. Number 4, build strong altars. There will be time to pray personally, time to pray as a couple, time to pray as a family. So this trinity of the altar must be in your house. Personal altar, couples altar, and family altar. Number 5, get educated about marriage. Yeah, this is where it comes to be. Get real educated about marriage. Get to know what marriage is all about deeply. Many people are in marriage, they don't know what marriage is all about. Do you know what they call metamorphosis of marriage? Do you know what they call peculiarity of marriage? Have you done anything about temperament? Have you done anything about love languages? Do you know the highways of marriage? So you need to get educated about 42 rules of exceptional marriage. You can see our books, my new books, beside where we did a research. After almost 10 years, we came out with these 2 books, 42 rules of exceptional marriage. 42 rules of exceptional marriage. You can get it at bcadewale.seller.co. Just go there on seller, bcadewale.seller.co. Can get these two books and see. And for the first time, you will know what they call THKK rule. THKK rule. You will know the inner machine rule. You will know inner machine rule. You know the self-government rule. If two or three of these rule are missing in your marriage, the marriage will be difficult. You will know the manufacturer rule. The manufacturer, you need all this because life is controlled by rules. Right? Life is being managed by rules. If you are people that break rules are in the prison. People that maintain rule, they are the rulers, they are in the palace. If you are breaking rule in your marriage, you'll be in the prison that you call marriage. So another thing to do is to know about 20 highways that you can travel in marriage. There are 20 highways. If you travel on the highway, you will not travel on the low way. Travel on the highway. I wrote a book about it too. 20 highways. Highway of politeness, highway of meekness, highway of greenness. You know what they call greenness in marriage? Even the Bible says your bed must be green. Come on, that's a serious one. The Bible says your bed must be green. Your bed must be green. Bed must not be yellow. It must not be red. It must not be pink because bed can be yellow. Bed can be brown. Bed can be pink. Bed can be ash, and bed can be green. Song of Solomon chapter 1 from verse 15 to 17. The Bible says your bed must be green. Bed must be green. So if you don't know highway of greenness, your bed will not be green, your marriage will not be green. Number 6, so appreciation and affection regularly. So appreciation, express gratitude. Always fill the tank of your spouse with regular thanksgiving and appreciation. Physical affection too. Then give physical affection by obeying the rule THHK. THHK simply means touching, holding, hugging, and kissing. These 4 things, if you are with your spouse, can you do this? Can you do it now? Touching, you can touch the lap, you can touch the shoulder. Hold your spouse by the waist. Touching, holding, then hug. In our ministry, when people are having issues, we don't do counseling again. We do marriage clinic. And one of the therapy is hug therapy. Hug therapy is a serious one. We can make them to be hugging in the next 1-2 hours. And it works so much. We do touch therapy, we do hug therapy. If your marriage is in trouble, or you are here, you just want to take your marriage to the next level, just go to bcadewale.com immediately /marriage clinic. Register for this. You need to do something for your marriage. Marriage does not work by themselves. Like a car, somebody must drive it. Number 7, resolve conflict respectfully. Most of the time, you will see people, they will declare war. They will declare war. In my place, they usually say, when a bird perch on the line, on the wire will never be at peace, and the bird will never be at peace. You as a bird, you decided to land on the wire. That wire will not be at peace. On a rope, that rope will never be at peace, and the bird will never be at peace. The bird and the wire will not be at peace. That's marriage. If you say, they always say, a child that said the mother will not sleep, that child will remain sleepless too. So we have 2 people that will remain sleepless. Nobody enjoy bad marriage except the devil. Even the kingdom of God does not enjoy good marriage and bad marriage. The kingdom of God, everybody is a loser when marriage is bad, including your children who will be living like refugee in their own house. They will be living like refugee. So when there are problems, number 1 thing to do is to seek solution. Please listen to this, sirs and man in the house. Conflict in marriage is normal. You will have conflict. No matter the best person you are, you loving, you marry, you will have conflict. because conflict is not bad. What is bad is crisis. So, and when there is conflict, conflicts normally stay at the junction. Your conflict, you will be at a junction. Whether you want to go the way of confluence or the way of crisis. So what you do with conflict will show your maturity, will show your level of knowledge, your level of exposure, your level of godliness, your level of wisdom, your level of how much you love your children. How much you love your children. So when there is conflict, I want a red car, my wife wants a blue car. That's conflict. Conflict is normal. Conflict is not new. Conflict is natural. Even in the days of apostles, there were conflicts. Even among the disciples of Jesus, there was conflict. But what they did with the conflict made the church what it is today. It grows. So number 8, support each other growth. Support the growth of each other. Always make each other go career-wise. Support each other spiritually. Support each other in marriage. Attend workshop together. Register for this inner circle together. Anything you want to do, grow together. Grow together. Grow together. Grow together. Attend workshop together. Support each other in every way. Then number 9, maintain intimacy. Oh, that's where we are going to. Maintain intimacy. Brethren, marriage is like when you do like this. Marriage is like when you join these 2 books together. Immediately you leave them, they fall apart. They can't be together forever. And that is all. There are 2 personalities like these 2 books. Nobody can hold us together. So it is your activities that will increase your sensitivities. That is what we call intimacy. Your activities, your intentional activities, intentional thing you do intentionally, your THLK. You know that the more you talk, the less you fight. You know, the more you hug, the less you fight. The more you talk, the less you fight. The more you talk, the less you fight. The more you talk, the more you hug. The more you talk, the more you talk, the more you kiss, the less. We're not talking about sex now. We are talking about intimacy. Because intimacy is not sex, though it can lead to sex. It can lead to sex, but it is not sex. So holding each other, touching each other, hugging each other, kissing each other, playing together, cracking jokes, intentionally cracking jokes, and laughing to the jokes of each other, build intimacy, spending time together to do things both of you really enjoy. That is what they call marriage. But you see, immediately after honeymoon, everybody resume works, and we may never work together again. So if you want to keep this book together, you have to use rope to keep on tying it together. You keep on tying it. At the time you get there, you discover that the rope is not tied very well, you retie it. And the tying in every day. Or you will find the marriage will begin to depart like this. We begin to depart like this. You begin to depart like this. Then you turn your back to each other. You turn your back to each other, you declare war. Then, if you discover that you cannot settle, then you depart. We call it divorce. How did we get here? We neglected intimacy in that marriage. Touch more, win more, touch more, beat your wife, bum. If your husband beat if your husband beats your bum, don't retaliate. Play with each other, bum, jump into the kitchen, hug your wife at the back, touch her breast and run away. Hug yourself, beat the bum of your wife in the presence of your children, and run after your husband. You want to beat your own. The children will say, hey, mommy, winner. Your children will be the referees. Winner, hey. They like it. Do you know when you are doing that, you are building your marriage, you are building your children's marriage. So the last one, second to the last one, is give room for exceptional sexual intimacy. I mean exceptional sexual intimacy. Sex. I mean raw sex. I wrote 3 books about sex. I call them sexual bundle. The first one is sexual fulfillment in marriage, where I spoke about 42 myths they've been telling you, 41 lies they've been telling you about sex. Learn about sex. to the extent that you can give a bed shaking experience regularly. Shake the bed so that you can change your bed every 2 years. Break the bed. Do it. There's no time you will do it and bed will not know that you do something. You just like them there like a log of wood. And your husband is even looking for you. Where are you? Are you sleeping? He said, no, I'm not sleeping. Leave me alone. Do the thing you want to do and let me sleep. Bed shaking. Bed shaking. Bed is your sex. His prick is your own. A honey pot belong to you. Enjoy. Enjoy each other. Sister, they touch you, you are running away. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Your husband touches your breast. Don't you know it's painful? Your husband cannot hold you in the public. You say, hey, we are outside. Don't you know we are in the public? Are you a bush girl? Where is your village? Where were you born? Are you still in the village? It's time for you to get up, girl. Let the girl come out of you. In my village, they normally say, those illiterate people, they will say, it is your husband. It is your husband prostitute you must be. Hey, people in Yoruba, people near, they will understand what we are talking about. This more deeper in when they say it in Yoruba. They say, it is your husband prostitute you must be. When a man report the wife that the wife is not good when in sex, all the others will gather together. They will lambast the woman. They will say, you're supposed to be your husband prostitute. So, sister, go and become your husband prostitute. So, in the bedroom with your husband, never be decent, only be recent. Never be decent, only be recent. Scatter the bed. Scatter the sister. You want to say, me, I don't like sex. You didn't supposed to get married, though. If you have been married, you should like nothing annoy a man like a woman that is not forthcoming sexually. When you see a man laughing, my wife is good. My wife is good. Go and read Song of Solomon chapter 1 from 15 to 17. You will see the husband there. My wife is good. That woman is doing something in the bedroom. So go back. Go and set the bedroom on fire. Develop right mindset about sex. Invest in sex in marriage. At the time you enter into hotel over the weekend, take the children to grandma for 2-3 days. Just enter for new honeymoon, secondary honeymoon experience. Have sex severally. Enjoy yourself. Finish that man that by the time your husband is going to work on Monday, he's walking like a disjointed bicycle. Aha! He will never get angry in 3 months. He's happy. Then deal with all the 41 lies you know about sex in marriage. They say sex must not take place on Sunday because it's the day of the Lord. Sex must not take place in the afternoon so that you will not give birth to Abino. A woman must not enjoy sex so that they will not call her prostitute. You are a prostitute, sister. Be a prostitute of your husband. Aha. Keep learning about sex. Keep learning. Read books. Read books. Read books. Read. 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 If you are having problem with yourself, you better book for our money clinic so that you can learn how to do it wrong. We teach you over the course of 6 weeks. It's you, myself, and my wife, or me alone. Again, I mean, 1 on 2 or 2 on 2. It depends. So be creative about sex in your marriage. Label sex as very important. So what kind of label do you give to sex? And men that are in the house, you need to go and learn 21 skills that make a man better in the bedroom. Many of you are doing bad jobs. Many of you are doing bad jobs. You don't grab somebody. You grab your wife like a cat grabbing a rat. And before you know it, like a Nepa man, you don't climb the pole like that. And before you know it, like a carpenter, and you roll to the other side, you are sleeping like a bulldog. You are a bad man, man. You are not doing a good work. You are not doing a good work. You need to know that the body of a man, the body of a woman has 16 local government headquarters and 1 Aso Rock. You need to know all these 16 local government headquarters and you must visit them because a woman is like an electric cooker. It takes some time before they warm up. But a man is like a gas cooker. Boom, the fire is on. So you need to do better. When you make a woman happy in the bedroom, she will be the one asking of you the other day. So go and make your wife happy. Go and get my book, Secret of an Irreplaceable Husband, Secret of an Irreplaceable Wife. Those of one in US, UK, Canada, go and get it on Amazon. Secret of an Irreplaceable Wife, Secret of an Irreplaceable Husband, and sexual fulfillment in marriage. Invest in your sex life. Discuss about it. Label sex, very, very important. So the last one, seek help as soon as possible. Seek help as soon as possible. Don't allow your marriage to be in coma before you seek help. Don't allow your marriage to be in coma before you seek help. So go for counseling. Don't hesitate to seek professional counseling. Please let me beg you in the name of the Lord. Your FFF cannot cancel you. Your FFF cannot cancel you. Who are your FFF? Your friends, your family, and your followers on Facebook. These people will ruin your marriage. I'm sorry to say, a lot of time your pastor cannot cancel you. 99% of our pastors, God is helping them. They are trying to help couples and everything, but they are not marriage counselors. They are not trained marriage counselors. At most, they give marriage advice. That's the most. I appreciate a lot of pastors. They are trying their best because they are the one that brought emergency. They are the one we call in time of emergency. They are doing fantastic. But I'm not coaching people for marriage because I'm a pastor. I'm coaching people because I'm a trained marriage counselor, a clinician. So when you discover that you are fighting on a particular thing over and over that is beyond your pastor, brother and sister, don't even call your family forever. Go and look for a professional counselor. A professional counselor that will tell you what you don't want to hear. A professional counselor that will tell you what you are doing that you don't even know you are doing. And some marriages, we need more than counseling. You need clinic. If your marriage is more than 5 years and you have been fighting and fighting, settle and fight and fight and fight, you need a clinic. In clinic consists of a mixture of therapy, a mixture of grooming, a mixture of coaching, starting from diagnosis. Diagnosis simply means it is not you sitting down and they listen to you. In our place, they will give you a form about 33 content. Form number 1, marriage diagnosis form. By the time you fill this, even before I met you, I know the problem in your marriage. Then they give you background diagnosis form. They want to know who born you. Were you raised in the village or in the town? Did you go to primary school or secondary school, or one of you went to school in the high place in the city? One went to the school in the primary school. Was your dad and mom together till they died? Are you a wife? Are you a son of a widow? Your mom died very early. Your mom died or your dad died very early. We want to know. We want to know your state of health, state of mentality, state of emotion. We want to know what is around you. All these things, no pastor will ask you, no FFF will ask you because they didn't know, they were not trained for it. But when you sit down with a married clinician, they sit down with you. They know where the problem is. As soon as you are saying it, a woman came to our office. She's still on our clinic now. They've been separated for 9 months. They just got back together. She was just shouting, "My husband is a narcissist. My husband is a narcissist. My husband is a narcissist." The first question I ask her is, "Who is a narcissist?" She doesn't know. She doesn't know. I said, "Describe. Who are you describing?" She only describes somebody that is a choleric. That's the person she described. Not a narcissist forever. And shall put it upon her head. My husband is a narcissist, so wrong label. The husband too came. My wife is not submissive. She's a very stubborn woman. Then I said, you live in US for several years and you return to Nigeria. And you told your wife to follow you, who is having a green card, and she followed you. And you said that woman is not submissive. That's a wrong label. That's a wrong label. And that was the beginning of settlement of that marriage. Currently, I have 20 couples I'm attending to now in marriage clinic. Please go and seek help. It can be done physically, it can be done online. Wherever you are across the globe, it can be done. If you want the destiny of your children to be all right, please go ahead and make your marriage better. Go ahead and make your marriage better. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram at Bisi Adewale. Then Facebook is Pastor Bisi Adewale. You can get all manner of material there. You can DM me if you have any marriage issue. Oh, in the month of July, in the month of August, we are going to be having what we call Massa. Massa is Marriage Success Academy. For about 6 weeks, we are going to be grooming couples. You can get to all our social media handles. You will see all these things there. The Lord God will bless you. Don't forget, when you do marriage, well, these are our social media and do Instagram, the TikTok, Facebook, and everything. Don't forget, you must do marriage, you must do your bedroom well so that your bedroom can do you well.